Dandavat Pranam, dear devotees, and my greetings, well wishes to all the sincere seekers who've come here, and whether by chance or on purpose, but we've come to share something about the teachings of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Bhagavan Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, which are the very teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Rupa Goswami, the very origin of the Sampradaya of pure love of God. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's teachings have been brought to us through Srila Bhakti Rokkop Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj, and Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So we are here humbly to try to share their message, and today we're going to share something describing beautiful description of the qualities of pure devotees of the Lord. So I'm going to read a little bit. Srila Prabhupada is giving, excuse me, he's describing about Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, what is being given there by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, in glorification of the qualities of Vaishnavas. So I'm going to read this, and their words are the best words. We are here to try to encourage people to see their words and their message, not, of course, just to read, but to digest what is there. So in this case, Jai Srila Prabhupada, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai, and Jai Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, the author of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki Jai. So Srila Prabhupada is saying, in the Adi Leela of Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter 8, there is a description of some of the qualities of devotees. For example, Sri Pandit Haridas is described as being very well behaved, tolerant, peaceful, magnanimous, and grave. In addition, he spoke very sweetly, his endeavors were very pleasing, and he was always patient. He respected everyone. He always worked for everyone's benefit. His mind was free of duplicity, and he was completely devoid of all malicious activities. These are all originally qualities of, so this is some description, and then Srila Prabhupada said, these are all originally qualities of Krishna, and when one becomes a devotee, they automatically become manifest. Those qualities also automatically become manifest in the devotee. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj, the author of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, says that all good qualities become manifest in the body of a Vaishnava, and that only by the presence of these qualities, so these good qualities, can one distinguish a Vaishnava from a non-Vaishnava. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj lists the following 26 good qualities of a Vaishnava. He is very kind to everyone. He does not make anyone his enemy. He is truthful. He is equal to everyone. No one can find any fault in him. 6. He is magnanimous. He is mild. He is always clean. He is without possessions. He works for everyone's benefit. He is very peaceful. He is always surrendered to Krishna. He has no material desires. He is very meek. He is steady. He controls his senses. He does not eat more than required. He is not influenced by the Lord's illusory energy. He offers respect to everyone. He does not desire any respect for himself. He is very grave. He is merciful. He is friendly. He is poetic. He is expert. He is silent. Hare Krishna. So to hear the qualities of the Vaishnavas is very wonderful, very beautiful. And I just wish, because we're reading about Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj, who gave us the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. So I'm going to take the liberty, because we do read Chaitanya Charitamrita basically every single morning, every single day. And here is a section of Chaitanya Charitamrita which is such a wonderful example for us of the glorification of the Vaishnavas. And so this is the very life and soul of the devotees. We lived with Srila Gurudev, we lived with Srila Guru Maharaj. We have seen their life in appreciation and glorification of Vaishnavas. And here in Chaitanya Charitamrita, in Adi Leela chapter 8, as Srila Prabhupada referred us to just now, I'm going to read from text 51 onwards. And we'd love to read the Bengali too, because it is kind of special to have the Bengali. But I'm going to read the English translations, and maybe we'll slip in some Bengali here and there. So, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj is describing about the temple of Sri Govindaji in Vrindavan. And there at that temple, text 51, on that throne sits the son of Nanda Maharaj, Sri Govinda Dev, the transcendental Cupid. Varieties of majestic service are rendered to Govinda there. His garments, ornaments and paraphernalia are all transcendental. In that temple of Govindaji, thousands of servitors always render service to the Lord in devotion. Even with thousands of mouths, one could not describe this service. In that temple, the chief servitor was Sri Haridas Pandit. His qualities and fame are known all over the world. Then here we've got wonderful descriptions, and we can't resist but to read some of the Bengalis. Sushila, Sahishnu, Shanta, Vadanya, Gambhira, Madhura Vachana, Madhura Cheshta, Mahadhira. He was gentle, tolerant, peaceful, magnanimous, grave, sweet in his words, and very sober in his endeavors. Sabara Samanakarta, Korina Sabara Hita, Kautilya Matsaja Hingsha Najane Tara Chitta. He was respectful to everyone and worked for the benefit of all. Diplomacy, envy, and jealousy were unknown to his heart. Then Krishneraje Sadharana Sadguna Panchasha Se Sabaguniratara Sharire Nivasa. The 50 qualities of Lord Krishna were all present in his body. And then quoting, giving a quotation from the scripture which is telling us that in one who has unflinching devotional faith in Krishna, all the good qualities of Krishna and the demigods are consistently, manifested. However, one who has no devotion to the Supreme Personality of Godhead has no good qualifications, because he is engaged by mental concoction in material existence, which is the external feature of the Lord. And now Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj is going to explain about some of the other servitors of Govindaji there. He explains, Anantaracharya was a disciple of Gadadhar Pandit. His body was always absorbed in love of Godhead. He was magnanimous and advanced in all respects. And so this person, Ananta Acharya, was a reservoir of all good qualities. No one can estimate how great he was. Pandit Haridas, this is Haridas Pandit, not Haridas Thakur, clearly. Pandit Haridas was his beloved disciple. Pandit Haridas had great faith in Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda. Therefore, he took great satisfaction in knowing about their pastimes and qualities. Then, next verse, Vaishnavera guna grahi na dekaya dosha, kaya mano vake kore Vaishnava santosha. He always accepted the good qualities of Vaishnavas and never found fault in them. He engaged his heart and soul only to satisfy the Vaishnavas. He always heard the reading of Sri Chaitanya Mangal. Remember, at that time, that was the book about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes. So he always heard the reading of Sri Chaitanya Mangal, later known as Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat, and all the other Vaishnavas used to hear it by his grace. Like the full moon, he illuminated the entire assembly of Vaishnavas by speaking Sri Chaitanya Mangal, and by the nectar of his qualities, he increased their transcendental bliss, those who were in the assembly. By his causeless mercy, he ordered me to write about the last pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then he's saying, Govinda Gosai, the priest engaged in the service of Lord Govinda in Vrindavan, was a disciple of Kashishvara Gosai. There was no servant more dear to the Govinda deity. And then Sri Jadavacharya Gosai, a constant associate of Srila Rupa Goswami, was also very enthusiastic in hearing and chanting about Lord Chaitanya's pastimes. Bhurgava Gosai, a disciple of Pandit Gosai, was always engaged in topics regarding Lord Chaitanya, knowing nothing else. Among his disciples were Chaitanya Das, who was a priest of the Govinda deity, as well as Mukundananda Chakravarti and the great devotee Krishna Das. Among the disciples of Anantaracharya was Shivananda Chakravarti, in whose heart Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda constantly dwelled. In Vrindavan there were also many other great devotees, all of whom desired to hear the last pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. By their mercy, all these devotees ordered me, so me, is Krishnadas Kaviraj, the author of Chaitanya Charitamrita. By their mercy, all these devotees ordered me to write of the last pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because of their order only, although I am shameless, I have attempted to write this Chaitanya Charitamrita. I'll read till the end of the chapter because it's kind of difficult to stop reading just here. So having received the order of the Vaishnavas, but being anxious within my heart, I went to the temple of Madana Mohan in Vrindavan to ask his permission also. Then Darshana Kori Kailun Charana Vandana Gosai Dasupujari Kore Charana Sevana Prabhura Charane Jadi Agya Magila Prabhu Kanta Hoite Mala Kashya Harila Sava Vaishnava Gana Haridvani Dila Gosai Dasani Mala Mora Gale Dila Agya Mala Paya Amara Hoila Ananda Tahani Karinu E Grantira Aramba E Grantalekaya More Madana Mohan Amara Likani Jena Shukera Patana. Seliki Madana Gopala Jailikaya Kashtera Puttali Jaina Kuhake Nachaya Kuladhi Devata Mora Madana Mohan Jara Sevaka Raghunatha Rupa Sanatan Vrindavana Dasira Pada Padmakori Dhyana Tara Agya Loyaliki Jahate Kalyana Chaitanya Lila Te Vyasa Vrindavana Dasa Tara Kripa Vina Anye Na Hoya Prakasha Murka Nicha Krudra Mui Vishaya Lalasa Vaishnavagya Bole Kori Etaka Sahasa Shri Rupa Raghunatha Charanera Ebala Jara Smriti Siddha Hoya Vanchita Sakala Shri Rupa Raghunatha Pade Jarasha Chaitanya Charitamrita Kohe Krishna Dasa Hare Krishna. So, it's a little bit of a longer reading than normal if I'm going to read this. But here we are. I'll give you the translation, and everything is voluntary. As you know, you can slip away and not hear it all. But we finished at this part that having received the order of the Vaishnavas, with being anxious within my heart, I went to the temple of Madana Mohan in Vrindavan to ask his, Madana Mohan means Krishna, all-attractive Krishna, to ask his permission also. So the translations, you probably caught, some of you will have caught much of what we just read. When I visited the temple of Madana Mohan, the priest Gosaidas was serving the feet of the Lord, and I also prayed at the Lord's lotus feet. When I prayed to the Lord for permission, a garland fell from the Lord's neck. A garland from the Lord's neck immediately slipped down. As soon as this happened, the Vaishnavas standing there all loudly chanted, Hari Bol! And the priest, Gosaidas, brought me the garland and put it around my neck. I was greatly pleased to have the garland signifying the order of the Lord, and then and there I commenced to write this book. Actually, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita is not my writing, but the dictation of Sri Madana Mohan. My writing is like the repetition of a parrot. As a wooden doll is made to dance by a magician, I write as Madana Gopal orders me to do so. I accept as my family deity Madana Mohan, whose worshippers are Raghunath Das Goswami, Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami. I took permission from Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur, who wrote Chaitanya Mangal, later known as Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat. I took permission from Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur by praying at his lotus feet. And upon receiving his order, I have attempted to write this auspicious literature. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur is the authorized writer on the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. Without his mercy, therefore, one cannot describe these pastimes. And then very humbly he's saying, Murka, Nicha, Kshudra, Mui, Vishaya Lalasa, Vaishnavagya Bale, Kori, Etaka, Sahasa. I am foolish, low-born and insignificant, and I always desire material enjoyment. Yet, by the order of the Vaishnavas, I am greatly enthusiastic to write this transcendental literature. And then Sri Rupa Raghunatha Charanera Bala, the lotus feet of Rupa Goswami and Raghunath Das Goswami are my source of strength, Bala. Remembering their lotus feet can fulfill all one's desires. And the last verse, Sri Rupa Raghunatha Pade, Jara Asha, praying at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, always desiring their mercy. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Kohe Krishna Ras. I, Krishna Ras, narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. Glorification of the devotees, appreciation of the devotees, beautiful examples, and we have seen such examples in the embodiment of Srila Gurudev and Srila Guru Maharaj, the pure devotees who've come to teach pure devotion. Let us always remain within that environment of the glories and glorification of the Vaishnavas, and let us come home safely to the Lord. Let us come home safely to the family of Srila Gurudev and Srila Guru Maharaj, and we have hope they are waiting there with some service for us, because service is everything. Not just to dream about that land, but let us go to the land of the glorious devotees and serve their lotus feet. Jai to Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj, to Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rokhok Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj, to Srila Prabhupada, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, to Bhagavan, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, to our Sri Rupa Nuga Guru Vaga Ki Jai, and to Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Ki Jai, Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur Ki Jai, all the Parshads, the eternal associates of Nityananda and Mahaprabhu Ki Jai, and of course Sri Nityananda and Mahaprabhu themselves, that would be Jais, and to Sri Guru Gauranga Gandhava Govinda Sundar, the most worshipful deities of Srila Guru Maharaj and Srila Gurudev Ki Jai. Sri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, to all of the assembled Vaishnavas Ki Jai, worldwide Vaishnavas Ki Jai, Nitai Gaura Premanandi, Hari Hari Bo, Vanchakalpatarubhyascha, Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo, Namo Namaha. Ami Aschi. Govinda Govinda, Gopala Gopala. Hare Krishna. Govinda Govinda.